Yamaha develops its oil alongside the engine it will be used in. As oil circulates through the engine, it performs numerous roles. Further, marine engines are subjected to much harder use than engines on land, and any engine trouble out on the water can lead to serious emergencies. Marine engines are also often used for long periods at either full throttle or very low RPM, like when idling and trolling. So their resistance to wear and heat across drastically different usage scenarios requires a different level of adaptability. As these engines take in the water itself for cooling, engine temperature changes are highly dynamic, and the oil must provide lubrication across a wide range of temperatures. Additionally, a marine engine's construction expels the exhaust into the water, so also protecting the combustion chambers from corrosion is particularly important for the oil. For a Yamaha engine to deliver 100% of its performance potential even in tough environments, its design and construction are key, but the oil aiding their operation is equally vital. So, the engineers who know Yamaha engines and their requirements best should develop the oil they will use at the same time. This is why Yamaha considers oil to be a liquid engine component. Yamaha doesn't have a specialized division for oil development. Instead, that job belongs to the engineers developing the engines. Oil development is done by engineers who understand both mechanical engineering and chemistry. To achieve excellent performance as well as reliability, engineers understanding engines and oil with the same levels of expertise are needed. To develop Yamalube, our Yamaha quality requirements are set to exceed those of industry standards, and we ask oil companies to supply an oil that delivers on these requirements. At times, we will create an experimental oil blend in-house to ask the oil company to create an oil with even better performance. We then test and evaluate the experimental oil from the plant on the actual engine. Today, the performance of an oil can be gauged by simply examining its specifications based on our wealth of data compiled over the years. But before that became possible, extensive bench testing of actual engines was critical. After running the test engine at full throttle for an extraordinarily long time, we disassemble it and check the components as well as the state of the oil. To ensure the engine stays in the best condition and returns everyone back to port, Yamaha engineers have the lives of the people who will rely on it in mind as they work.
実際の構想テストですね。構想テストで定量的な燃費のデータを取得するとか、あと構想性能ですね、スピード、加速、そのあたりを試験しました。で、当然のことながら信頼性、耐久性に対して裏目があってはまずいもんですから、耐久試験も複数のモデルで実施しました。もちろん全バラして各部の摩耗量、あと損傷状況、損傷はもちろんないんですけれども、そういうチェックを等やってます。オイルに関しても、劣化状況を従来のオイルに対して遜色ないですねと、そういう分析も取ってます。
The Yamalube story began with developing engine oil for motorcycles. Yamaha developed the Autolube system as the world's first separate automatic oil injection system for motorcycles. This greatly changed the engine industry, and Yamaha then began developing a revolutionary oil to extract maximum performance from the system. This resulted in the creation and sale of Yamaha Autolube oil, which showed almost no change in viscosity even at -28 degrees Celsius. These efforts were the origin of our future genuine Yamaha oil development and what birthed the Yamaha practice of developing oil alongside our engines. Around then, one of Yamaha's few employees with a chemistry background was assigned to the engine testing group. In addition to developing engines, he began oil R&D entirely on his own and succeeded in expressing an oil's base performance with numbers. He then blended his own experimental oil and took it to an oil company with a request. Please produce an oil equal to this one. This led to Yamaha's development approach of having the engineers who know Yamaha engines best also develop the oil, and then having oil companies produce it.
ヤマハがオイルの基本設計をやって、社内でオイルの性能を確認して、でそれをオイルメーカーに渡して製品として作ってもらうと。普通は逆だと思うんですけども、こういうケースっていうのは私の聞いた限りヤマハ以外ではなかったというふうに聞いてるんですけど、エンジンにとってオイルはですね、なくてはならない血液と一緒なんですね。体中をもう行き交ってますんで、やはりそれなりのオイルをちゃんと使わないと基本的には人間と一緒で長生きできないと。だからちゃんとしたきちんとしたオイルを選んで使ってもらうというのがエンジンにとっては一番の基本になります。
In 1967, marketing of genuine Yamaha oil for motorcycles under the Yamalube brand name began in the US. Later, oil for outboard motors began using the Yamalube brand as well, and use of genuine Yamaha oil became widespread in the US, the leading market for marine engines. And finally, in 1992, Yamalube became a unified global brand. Today, Yamalube oils are developed around the world to suit Yamaha engines and receive final approval as safe and reliable at Yamaha headquarters before shipment begins. Engine trouble out on the water can lead to serious emergencies. To avoid such situations and ensure a long usable product life, Yamalube must not only meet various international standards, but also clear our much stricter in-house standards. In a 30-hour low RPM engine oil comparison test, Yamalube boasts much less carbon buildup, demonstrating its high detergency. There was a clear difference in carbon buildup in the high RPM test as well, and use of the competing oil resulted in piston rings sticking and piston scuffing. The saltwater spray and soak tests clearly show Yamalube's anti-corrosion advantages. Further, to bring out 100% of the engine's performance, the Yamalube marine oil lineup has offerings specifically for 4-strokes, 2-strokes, and other marine applications. Yamaha offers products for the water, land, snow, and more, and develops engine oil specifically for each application, forging a record of results and reliability in each field. Yamalube helps keep engine trouble away, allowing users to enjoy marine recreation with less stress and for longer periods of time. To wear the genuine Yamaha label, the oil must bring out 100% of the engine's performance, as well as be safe and reliable. This is the standard we adhere to when creating Yamalube marine oil. Yamalube brings out 100% of a Yamaha's performance and is a brand found the world over.